BTK confession audio.
Yeah, this is hot.
All right.
I mean, really sick.
See, we do it different.
I mean, bad.
We do it different on this show, though. Let's start with the Jaws theme.
You want? I just want to hear what he sounds like, maybe just a little bit without anything.
And then we'll go into our
And then hear, because it's so different. It's so creepy like this.
All right.
Proceeded to tie the kids up, and they started crying and got real upset. So I said, "Oh, this is not going to work." So we moved them to the bathroom. She helped me, and then I tied the doors shut. We put some toys and blankets and odds and ends in there for the kids.
Nice. See, at this point, I'm like, oh, God, thank God. He has a soul. He has a heart. This one particular time, he said, this ain't going to work. I can't do this.
Right.
Blankets and toys.
That's what I was feeling when I was watching this. Like, okay, this is an example of one that didn't... He decided, you know what, this is way too creepy.
Sounds like a police officer explaining what happened.
You know, I got to move on to another victim, but no, I was wrong.
Kids, make them as comfortable as we could. We tied one of the bathroom doors shut so they couldn't open it, and she went back and helped me shove the bed up against the other bathroom door. And then I proceeded to tie her up. She got sick, threw up, got her a glass of water, comforted her a little bit, and then I went ahead and tied her up, and then put a bag over her head and strangled her.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like anyone would do, really.
You know, that really wasn't all that weird, except for tying the door shut for the kids. But that whole thing, like, yeah, she got sick, got her some water, comforted her. Oh, yeah, then I put a plastic bag over her head and choked her.
Yeah, but she wasn't thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy should just be fucking stabbed in the neck and opened up to the stomach.
Want to hear the same clip, the BTK audio with Jaws music or do you got the Shining music? Yeah.
Yeah, the Shining music. It's just our little examples we like doing every now and then on how music really affects what you're listening to.
All right, so here's the same audio with the Shining music. Hit that first.
Proceeded to tie the kids up, and they started crying and got real upset. So I said, "Oh, this is not going to work." So we moved them to the bathroom. She helped me, and then I tied the doors shut. We put some toys and blankets and odds and ends in there for the kids, make them as comfortable as we could. We tied one of the bathroom doors shut so they couldn't open it, and she went back and helped me shove the bed up against the other bathroom door. And then I proceeded to tie her up. She got sick, threw up, got her a glass of water, comforted her a little bit, and then I went ahead and tied her up, and then put a bag over her head and strangled her.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Oh my God, I got goosebumps.
It's a little creepier.
A little creepy,
with
right?
the music.
How to make that funny?
Yeah. How do you possibly make it funny?
Well, I'm going to try, Jim. It's funny you should say that. How about we do it this way?
Gets a different feel when you put a different soundtrack to it, right?
All right. Let me start the audio first, and then you start the music.
Proceeded to tie the kids up, and they started crying and got real upset. So I said, "No, this is not going to work." So we moved them to the bathroom.
Fun now.
She helped me, and then I tied the doors shut. We put some toys and blankets and odds and ends in there for the kids, make them as comfortable as we could. Tied one of the bathroom doors shut so they couldn't open it, and she went back and helped me shove the bed up against the other bathroom door. And then I proceeded to tie her up. She got sick, threw up, got her a glass of water, comforted her a little bit, and then I went ahead and tied her up, and then put a bag over her head and strangled her.
That didn't sound so bad. That sounded fun.
It sounded speeded up.
Speed in fast motion with a little bald guy running around.
Being tapped on the head.
Being tapped on the head and some big busty blonde.
All right, let's go back to the BTK confession audio.
I don't know how to exactly say that. I had many, what I call them projects. They were different people in the town that I followed, watched. Katherine Bright was one of the next targets, I guess, as I would indicate.
How did you select her?
Just driving by one day, and I saw her go in the house with somebody else, and
Lucky
I
gal.
thought that's a possibility. There was many places in the area, College Hill, they're all over Wichita. But anyway, it was basically a selection process. Worked toward it. If it didn't work, I just move on to something else. In the And my kind of person, stalking and scrolling. You go through the trolling stage and then a stalking stage. She was in the stalking stage.
What's the difference between trolling and stalking?
All right, sir. So you identified Katherine Bright as a potential victim.
Yes, sir.
Stalking and trolling.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
I'm going to guess
Jimmy?
that
Jim,
stalking
you would
is-
know about
Yeah.
this.
My
He's gotta
guess would be that
expert.
stalking is more specific with a person, and trolling is probably more random, looking around.
Oh,
just
so you're trolling. You're looking
Trolling,
for
you're
someone.
looking for a stalkie.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Jim's an expert on serial killers, in a way.
Yeah,
you
we
like
do-
reading about the serial
I
killers.
do, because there's an interesting part. We're all interested in the psyche of a madman, but a guy like this should just be. He is just a piece of shit.
He's enjoying this a little too much. I think he obviously likes the
He
notoriety.
loves,
came out of
he loves
hiding.
the celebrity of it.
He loves it,
Yeah.
and the way he's talking about it is like he's almost doing it like he knows what people want to hear from him.
Yeah.
The descriptions. This guy should not be given the time of day, and just an axe right through his head.
We're just opened up with a knife, and just no glory for this fuck.
Yeah.
He killed a mother and her children. He hung the kids. Like, just execute him.
Yeah.
Execute him.
And he's talking about it all in the specifics and very technical. Yes, and then
The scary thing is how calm he was about it, and how organized, and how it came down to like his, he's not some. It's like the narcissism that finally did him in, right?
Yeah.
It was just. I mean, he got away with it.
Yep. Yeah, he was totally got away with it. They never would have caught him.
And he was like, you know what? I'd love to get on one of those celebrity dance shows. And if I came out, I could probably be on
dancing one.
I could get on Celebrity Dance, maybe Celebrity Charades, maybe Celebrity Poker.
Yeah, Celebrity Poker. Sure, he could play that.
There's an angle we haven't thought of.
All
God,
that's happening
funny.
nowadays. Yeah. And I want to bring you back out into the public.
And then it would be like, oh gosh, he's at that club, and I thought it was really interesting, some of his work. He was a serial killer, but it was really interesting. I was in the plane, and I was upgraded in first class. BTK was next to me, and he was. I feel guilty saying that, though, because it is such a tragedy of what this animal did. But
yeah.
It is fascinating, but we as a society, we're kind of like, how much of a scumbag was he? Ooh, interesting. Did he do a porno film or anything, too? Did he do anything creepy? Besides murdering people, murdering children. Did he do anything? Did he have any strange habits? What did he eat? Did he like ho-hos?
Yeah, we
That would
love
be
it.
fascinating.
We're going to find
shit
all
up.
that out in the coming days. You watch.
We eat it up.
You watch. All right. Want to hear more audio?
You bet.
What did you do then here in Sedgwick County?
On this particular day,
Yes.
I broke into the house and waited for her to come home.
How did you break into the house?
Through the back door on the east side.
All right, and you waited for her to come home. Where
Yes,
did
sir.
you wait?
In the house there, probably close to the bedroom. I walked through the house and kind of figured out where I'd be if they came through.
All right. What happened then?
She and Kevin Bright came in. I wasn't expecting him to be there. And come find out, I guess they were related. That time I approached him and told him I was wanted in California. Needed some car. Basically the same thing that I told the Oteros. Kind of ease them, make them feel better. And proceeded to, I think I had him tie her up first.
What did he have as far as a fucking
Yeah.
weapon goes?
Gun. He had a gun.
He had a gun?
He had a gun, and so he essentially tricked these people into thinking that he was just going to tie them up and leave.
And take their car.
And
And
leave.
so he tied them up, and oh my god!
What a fuck! Oh God, you just want to split his head
I
open.
mean, it's one thing to be, a murderer, but to be dishonest, that is wrong.
Because not only
You
do
know
they
what I
have him on
mean?
murder, but they have him on like breaking and entering and trespassing.
He's a
And
liar.
lying, which is not nice, which is wrong, because
That's funny.
It's the bait and
What
switch.
an awful man.
And he was he the dog catcher? Is this the same murderer?
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
so many murderers out there.
And you know something? He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would say that and then kill you. It's like, all right, this guy looks like.
Oh,
eh,
you totally would
he's
think like,
taking the
this
car.
guy had a string of bad luck. He needs the
Yeah,
car.
very calm. He's not like an irrational guy running around all crazy. So, do what he says. We'll get through this. No.
Oh, he started sending letters to the paper again last year.
Yeah.
And they traced the diskette back to his church. That's how he didn't actually confess. They got him because he needed more attention.
Was he like a bishop or something like in this church, or like a head of the church thing? I thought I saw that on Cold Case Files.
Cold Case Files.
I'm Bill Curtis.
We'll do more on the BTK
scary.
murders.
No, I think he was like a church elder. Like he was one of the guys.
Church
that
elder.
What year? I don't know the word.
They wear the cloak.
He was
with
he was part of the crucible.
I saw the crucible. I saw the village.
Coven.
I saw the village too, Jim. Jesus. Church elders.
Church elders.
He was Amish.
Man were meant to fly, he'd have wings.
Church elder. All right, let's get through the rest of
Stone him. Church elders.
Let's get through the rest of this clip here.
And then I tied him up, or vice versa. I don't remember right now.
Now, let me ask you, indicated you had some items to tie these people with. Did you bring these items, both the Oteros and to this location?
The Oteros I did. I'm not really sure on the Brights. There was some, when I am working with the police, there was some controversy on that. Probably more likely I did, but if I had brought my stuff and used my stuff, Kevin would probably be dead today. I'm not bragging on that. It's just a matter of fact. It's the bonds I tied him up with that he broke them. So, and that,
all right.
And maybe same way with Katherine. It was they got out of hand.
Got out of hand. Well, that happens.
He's so calm. It's like you think he's just about to say, and I would love it if Robert Duvall would play me in the movie. Someone of that caliber. I know that you could lean towards Jason Alexander, but I'd appreciate it if you would really keep it kind of...
Let's say hi to Anthony in Queens. Anthony.
Hey, man, what's going on, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the Iceman from New Jersey. He was a hitman for the Mafia.
Yeah, Kuklinski, Richard Kuklinski.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys get any clips from that thing he did on HBO. It was like an hour-long documentary of him just basically recounting just about every murder he ever committed.
But, dude, at least Kuklinski was a guy who, I think he was a murder-for-hire guy. And these were guys who were like, I guess, got mixed up in the rackets. These were guys who weren't like, a mother and her children. Kuklinski was killing, I think, for money, and, it was, you got this...
He was definitely killing for money, but he was a family man. He had a wife and kids who had no idea what he did for a living.
Right.
Yeah,
this is creepy. This guy's just
pulled
creepy.
Up at a stop sign, asked him directions just to see if his crossbow would work, and shot the guy in the head.
All right.
Who did?
Kuklinski.
But he was more ethical.
Yeah.
He was more ethical?
He was genuinely lost.
Hi.
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you, Anthony. Let's go to Nat in Massachusetts. Nat.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I was gonna say, where's our guy from Max X here to do some compliment with this audio? Okay, these people got tricked out of their car, signed up, and strangled by the BTK. All right.
On Max X. I hate that guy. You ever watch that show Maximum Exposure? It's one of those video shows where they just show awful videos.
Yeah.
But this guy's voiceover is so inappropriate. Yeah, wow, this cop takes a bullet to the head. Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
In Japan, they hate to fall, have bricks fall on their head.
Yeah. Ow, Wang, that had to hurt.
Coming up on this filler show.
It's the worst, because at least with the older video shows, with tragedies, it would be a very somber guy.
Yeah.
And then... tragedy struck as the boat came out of the water, flipped over 3 times, killing the pilot of this speed craft.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Wow, water's like concrete when you hit it at 200 miles an hour. Oh, that's gnarly. I don't think the guy, coming apart on the water was thinking gnarly.
Cool.
Yeah. This cool clip comes from Oklahoma. This skydiver's chute doesn't open. Wow, look at him fall. Over 200 miles an hour. Turns into a human pancake.
No, don't have it. All right.
No love.
No worries. Let's go back to the audio of the BTK killer here.
All right, now you indicated that you believe you had Kevin tie Katherine up. Tell me what happened then.
Okay. I moved, after... I really can't remember, Judge, whether I had her tie him up or she tied him up. But anyway, I moved her to another bedroom, and he was already secure there by the bed. I tied his feet to the bedpost, the bottom bedpost, so he couldn't run. Kind of tied her in the other bedroom, and then I came back to strangle him. And at that time, we had a fight.
Were you armed with a handgun at that time also?
Yes, I had a handgun.
What happened when you came back?
I actually had 2 handguns. Well, when I started strangling, either the variant broke or he broke his bonds, and he jumped up real quick like. I pulled my gun and quickly shot him. I hit him in the head. He fell over. I could see the blood, and as far as I was concerned, I thought he was down and was out, and then went and started to strangle Katherine. And then we started fighting because bonds weren't very good, and so back and forth we fought.
You and Katherine?
Yeah, we fought. And I got the best of her, and I thought she was going down, and then I could hear some movement in the other room. So I went back, and Kevin... No. I thought she was going down, and I went back to the other bedroom where Kevin was at, and I tried to re-strangle him at that time, and he jumped up, and we fought, and he at that time shot me because he got the other pistol that was in my shoulder here. I had my Magnum in my shoulder. So, and really,
holster. Did you have it in the shoulder holster?
Yes, and I had the Magnum in my shoulder holster. The other one was a 22. And we fought at that point in time, and I thought it was going to go off. I jammed the gun, stuck my finger in there, jammed it. And I think he thought that was the only gun I had, because once I either bit his finger or hit him or something got away, and I used the 22 and shot him one more time. And I thought he was down for good that time.
I really hate this guy.
Yeah.
I really hate this attention-needing scumbag.
Oh.
I hope he's killed in prison.
Why do they protect people like this?
In prison.
In prison, no, they'll put sometimes things happen, but they'll put him in solitary. When he's in court, they bring him in with a bulletproof vest and all the security and stuff. Why not just let family members at this guy?
With bats.
I mean, he's confessing. It's not like it's wrongfully charged and it's going to be this injustice and stuff. I mean, this guy is an animal.
He did it.
Well, here's something I don't
tying
understand.
up people and strangling them and shooting them.
What I don't understand is he goes home after this and his wife was like, "Honey, how was your jog?"
Yeah.
I mean, what goes on? It's
how do you go
hey, where'd
home?
you get all the scratches all over your face from?
Right.
Or
what kind of dopey ass wife doesn't see that this guy is doing this for that many years?
I mean, he's so distant. Like, does she watch Oprah and go, maybe I could connect with him this way? Maybe we should just we need a weekend. No, I'm a serial killer. No, you know what? I was watching Oprah, and if we put flower petals on our bed... No, I do feel, there is some responsibility that But then again, maybe the spouse had no idea. Obviously.
But like you said, he's coming home with scratches. You have a fight for your life with two people.
Fight, that kind of fight. He must have had some bruises and stuff like that. And but he was a dog catcher, right?
Right, he could say the dog did it. God damn.
Does he go to his son's Little League game on the weekend?
Go, Johnny!
Right.
Come on!
Hey,
choke up on that bat. I choke that bat. Or just choke something.
That would be hard to be his kid. I mean, it would be like... So is there any weird thing in your family? No, I mean, my dad was BTK, but, that's just like one generation away.
Hey, Tom has a really good line here. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I know a little bit about the history of psychiatry, and all this guy needs is some vitamins and a good workout. He'll be fine.
Yeah. How about that one, Tom Cruise?
Watch it out, guys.
That's all he needs is vitamins
we
and
do
and
have
a
to
treadmill.
study this guy. I mean, we should figure out something. Like, I don't know, can we...
This guy is claiming that he met the BTK killer. John in Oklahoma.
Yeah, what's going on, O&A?
What's up?
I actually met this guy a couple of years ago. I'm an over-road trucker. I lost my dog up there at the Park City truck stop, and he took off, and this asshole had captured him. I had to go over there and pay a fine, pick my dog up, but I met the guy.
Wait, so all right, so your dog was loose, and he's the dog catcher or whatever, so he picked him up, and then you had to go get him out of jail, basically, the dog.
Right.
And you met him.
I met him in person. That was like 2 years ago. He seemed normal as anybody else.
Wow.
What town? What state?
Kansas, Park City, Kansas, just north of Wichita there.
And how long ago was it?
About 2 years ago.
So when he was caught and you saw him on TV, you were like, that's the guy that I had to pay to get my dog
I didn't
back.
even really think about it until they told me. I've seen so many people, I never put it together. But then when I got to really looking at the guy's face and thinking about it, I was like, that's that asshole. I had to go get my dog back from him. It cost me like $90 to get my dog back.
Glad that's the point you stress. This guy killed children, and it cost me $90 on top of that.
$90. Now I am outraged.
That's what he's incensed about.
But this guy was also a deacon in the church in Wichita,
Yeah, that's it.
Kansas.
A deacon.
Yeah, that's a scary word, deacon. A deacon.
So,
All right, thank you.
anyway, punch you out, guys.
Thank you, John.
Michael from Denver is saying, man, the BTK killer sure does make one of my people stealing a Sky-Fi and some change not seem all that bad.
Good point.
Score one for the brothers.
You really don't hear black guys talking like this. You really
No,
don't. They
no.
commit crimes, but you don't hear any black guys speaking
Hey,
this.
let's not forget the dude in Atlanta, all
The
right? Let's all
sniper.
calm down.
Wayne Williams, a sniper, absolutely. But there's Wayne Williams was a rare example, but the snipers, that's an impersonal crime. This is a calculated
Choking.
strangle a woman with her children. That was a random just
this
shoot
is definitely middle-aged white guy crimes. This is like crazy,
Well, if he's a
creepy white
deacon,
man.
he's going to church every Sunday, probably twice a week, hearing like all this stuff, and it's just not penetrating any of the message.
There's just this want and need to do these evil things that he couldn't overcome. What the hell do you do? Like, how can you have such passion to do this stuff and lead any kind of a normal life?
And why are you smart enough to not get caught for all those years, and then you fucking send a diskette that can be traced back to your church? What do you think, that they don't know how to do things once you erase them?
You want to get caught.
I
That's
think
obvious.
so too.
There was time. He just needed to get caught. Talking about stabbing a woman in this clip.
All right, so you shot him a second time.
Yes, sir.
What happened then?
Went back to finish the job on Katherine, and she was fighting. And at that point in time, I'd been fighting her. And then I heard some. I don't know whether I was basically losing control. The strangulation wasn't working on her, and I used a knife on her.
You say you used a knife on her.
Yes.
What did you do with the knife?
I stabbed her. She said either stabbed 2 or 3 times, either here or here. Maybe 2 back here and 1 here, or maybe just 2 times back here.
You were pointing to your lower back and your
underneath the ribs.
And your lower abdomen.
Yeah, underneath the ribs, up underneath the ribs.
So after you stabbed her, what happened?
Actually, I think at that point in time, well, it was a total mess because I didn't have control on it. She was bleeding. She went down.
He's complaining.
I think I just went back to check on Kevin, or at that basically same time I heard him escape. It could be one of the two. But all of a sudden the front door of the house was open and he was gone.
Badass.
And,
2 shots?
I tell you what I thought. I thought the police were coming at that time. I heard the door open. I thought, no, that's it. And I stepped out there, and I could see him running down the street. So I quickly cleaned up everything that I could and left.
Wow.
He's on TV right now.
Yeah, murders came before Kansas reinstated death penalty.
Oh, great. Another technicality. And what happened to that guy? He ran out of the house with a bullet in his head?
Survived. The brother survived.
He did.
He did?
Wow, that's something. Well, 22.
And I wonder what the people are saying today that are against the death penalty.
Good.
Yeah.
No, you can't change their fucking stupid minds.
I know.
They don't care. Stupid minds. They don't care.
It's cruel and unusual, guys.
Believe me, he deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole, but not the death penalty. Yeah, none.
So he can think about what he did.
He's just sitting there going, how can I get on that surreal world?
I like that show. Me, Peter Brady.
Mini-me.
Yeah, I can picture it now.
Does he talk about the Otero murder at all? The family?
That's the next one.
Really sick.
You want to get into this one?
Yeah.
This one is really sick.
You're against the death penalty.
Listen to this one.
Then I went over and put a bag on Junior's head, and then if I remember right, Mrs. Otero came back. She came back and...
Sir, let me ask you about Joseph Otero Sr. You indicated he had torn a hole in the bag. Mm-hmm. And what did you do with him then?
I put another bag over it, or either that or I recollect, I think I put either a cloth or a T-shirt or something over his head, and then another bag, and then tied it down.
Did he subsequently die?
Well, yes. I didn't just stay there and watch him.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a weirdo.
So you indicated you strangled Mrs. Otero after you had done this. Is that correct?
Yeah, I went back and strangled her again. That finally killed her.
It's really bad at strangling.
So this is in regards to count 2. You
underachiever.
First of all, put the bag over Joseph Otero's head, and he tore a hole in the bag. Mm-hmm. Then you went ahead. Did you strangle Mrs. Otero then, or did you go
First of all, Mr. Otero was strangled, or a bag put over his head and strangled. Then I thought he was going down. And I went over and strangled Mrs. Otero. I thought she was down. Then I strangled Josephine. Thought she was down. And then I went over to Junior and put the bag on his head.
Ooh. Ooh. Why does he breathe?
I just hope he's killed in jail like Dahmer was. You just gotta hope that some other convict just murders him.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
In a way that isn't quick. Just bludgeoned about the face.
Now, when someone like this, when he eventually dies, do they go, we gotta check out this brain?
They did that to Dahmer, didn't they? They took Dahmer's brain out and
did they find anything unusual with Dahmer's brain?
They found it was a different size or something.
It's an alien brain.
Yeah, let's say hi to Rich in New Jersey. Rich, what's up?
Hey, I think we should send that guy down to Florida with some vitamins, some stakes tied to his feet, and send him after those sharks.
What?
Just trying to tie news stories together, Leno.
Vitamins. You hear about this? The steaks on the feet with the.
By the way, Jim Gaffigan in studio. He's playing the Comedy Connection in Boston all this weekend. So go to jimgaffigan.com.
Yeah, I
got
will
all your
go
tour
there.
dates there, right?
Yeah.
Word is bond.
And videos.
Okay, we got him talking about sexual fantasies in this clip.
After that, Mrs. Otero woke back up, and she was pretty upset what's going on. So I came back, and at that point in time, strangled her for the death strangle at that time.
With your hands or what?
No, with a cord, with a rope. And then I think at that point in time, I redid Mr. Otero, put the bag over his head, went over, and then took Junior. Before that, she asked me to save her son. So I actually had taken the bag off, and then I was really upset at that point in time. So basically, when Mr. Otero was down, Mrs. Otero was down, I went ahead and took Junior. I put another bag over his head and took him to the other bedroom at that time.
What did you do then?
Put a bag over his head. I put a cloth over his head, a T-shirt, and a bag so he couldn't tear a hole in it. And he subsequently died from that. And then when I went back, Josephine had woke back up.
What did you do then?
And I took her to the basement and eventually hung her.
All right, you hung her in the basement?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you do anything else at that time?
Yes, I had some sexual fantasies. But that was after she was hung.
Wow. This guy's not going to make it a week in jail.
Wow. No, they'll protect the shit out of him, though. They'll put him in solitary and guard him.
They were supposedly protecting Dahmer, but the guards, I mean, they have, they're kind of like going, oh, hey, I'm actually going to lunch the same time you're going to lunch. That's what happened with Dahmer, right?
Well, no, he was in a bathroom doing a mop detail, and I heard it was over cutting somebody in line. It was over some prison
it wasn't
diss.
even really. It was
really?
a prison diss. It wasn't even like that somebody was upset with what he did.
Yeah, but
it may have been that combined. I don't know.
Isn't there something about killing children though that's like a death wish?
Yeah,
that's a death wish in
prison.
Jail.
Yep.
You would know, Jim.
Yeah, well, supposedly they don't like that, but who knows? I mean, look at all these guys that are still alive. I mean, and Ted Bundy.
I know, that's just it. They're still alive. You know?
Bundy's dead, but I mean, he wasn't killed in jail. He smothered an 11 or 12-year-old in the mud and raped her. I mean, they're all fucking just barbarians. These guy should really just be executed. How can anybody listen to this and be against the death penalty?
I know.
How can anybody, for a guy like this who is confessing that he just hung an 11-year-old and jerked off, how can you not think that we as a society have the right to kill him?
This guy absolutely deserves to be killed.
Doesn't prevent it. It doesn't help with statistics. It is just vengeance.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And I know it's more expensive to kill him.
We don't care.
Which I don't believe anyway.
I mean, maybe technically it might be right once you exhaust appeals. I don't care. We have enough money. Fine. Stop forgiving debts. How about that? One debt you don't forgive in some shit country for doing us a little favor. How about that? All that money, there you go. You kill people with it.